Hello, welcome to Prepclass Tutors. I am Abel Godwin. We are going to be focusing on Waec mathematics questions for the year 2019 within the scope of question number 11 to 15 in this particular video. So please, I urge you, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's very important that you do this. Yes, this gives us the moral support to keep the production going. We're looking at question number 11 here. So question number 11 says, if the ratio of m to n is the same thing as 2 to 1, evaluate 3m squared minus 2n squared all over m squared plus mn. Now, I think it should be better viewed if we can see it in a written format like this. So this is actually what stands here. By looking at it in this format, you may not likely think of it in this way. So it's very important you see it like this. So this is actually what we are required to evaluate given this ratio. Now, m is to n is the same thing as 2 is to 1. So we now say let m be equal to 2x, so that our n is the same thing as x. Because for whatever the value of n is, then m is twice of such. Now, m squared here is the same thing as 2x squared, which is the same thing as 4x squared. And the value of our n here, when we square both sides, you see the n squared is going to give us x squared. So now we just need to come to this particular expression to substitute into it and see what we can have as our answer. So m squared, remember, is the same thing as 4x squared. So you see it here, 3 into 4x squared. And then we now have minus 2 n squared. We can see here n squared is x squared. Now this divided by, we have m squared. Remember, m squared is the same thing as 4x squared. So this is what we have here. Plus, now at this point, we're dealing with single m and n. So this gives us 2x times x, and this will give us 2x squared here. And 3 times 4x squared is going to give us 12x squared, and then we have minus 2 times x squared is going to give us minus 2x squared. So what you can see here is a number we can easily subtract from another. So 12x squared minus 2x squared is going to give us 10x squared. And here we add them both. 4x squared plus 2x squared gives us 6x squared. So x squared cancel x squared. In case you're wondering, whoa, why did we invent this x form? Yes, just the same way you invented it, you just want to use it, and along the way it will naturally disappear. So it's like a fabric that goes into the material at the end of the day unnoticed. So you can see x squared cancel x squared. So we're left with 10 all over 6, and 2 here is going to give us 5, 2 here is going to give us 3. So the final expression, as everything you see here, 3m squared minus 2n squared all divided by m squared plus mn, is going to end up being just equivalent to 5 all over 3. So this is option B. So moving on to the next question. The next question says, h varies directly as p and inversely as the square of y. If h is 1, p is 8, and y is 2, find h in terms of p and y. So we need to interpret this language mathematically, and this is it. H directly proportional to p, this is what is written, and h is directly proportional to the inverse of y squared is this. So we now need to merge these two mathematical statements as one, and this is what we're going to have. H is directly proportional to p and inversely proportional to the square of y. Now we have to introduce our proportionality constant k. So h is equivalent to kp all over y squared. Given h is 1, p is 8, and y is 2, we can make substitution into this expression. P is 8, y is 2. So this, don't forget, the 2 is square. So this gives us 8k is equals to 4. And this 8 all over 4 is going to give us 2. So we have 2k. Don't forget the value of h is given as 1 here, so our h is 1. So we have 1 is equal to 2k. We're looking for the value of k. Therefore, we divide both sides by 2. So 2 cancel 2, and our value of k is going to be half. 1 over 2. So what we need to do is to come back and substitute the value of k into the expression, and this is just what happens here. So you can see the value of k. When we substitute for k, we now have p all over y squared. So this gives us p all over 2y squared. So this will now be our final answer because our k has become 1 all over 2. And this is option C. Proceeding to the next question, question number 13. It says solve for x squared minus 16x squared plus 15. Permit me to say this is a typo error. This ought to be just minus 16x. So 4x squared minus 16x plus 15. Now we have something like this. So it's a quadratic equation. And as you all understand that a quadratic equation will have a coefficient of the x squared or coefficient of the second degree or non-variable, and also that of the first degree or non-variable and a constant. So that is what made here to actually be minus 16x. So we need to solve this. Well, you can use different methods to solve this question. You can use the quadratic formula, you can use the factorization method, but not all questions actually are subject to the use of factorization method. This is one of such examples. This one, if you look at it as it is, there is no possible way you can factorize it. Rather, you have to use the quadratic formula. And the reason why I would say so is if you want to test to see if a number can be solved, if a quadratic equation can be solved using factorization method, you may as well just use this particular number under the root sign, that is the determinant, which says b squared minus 4ac. So this is your a, this is your b, and this is your c. So if you happen to use this relation here and obtain a perfect square, then that means simply that your quadratic equation can be sorted out via factorization method. Otherwise, it means no, you just have to follow the quadratic way. So let's look at this. From the general quadratic equation, remember that ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. A is equals to 4, b is equals to minus 16, c is equals to 15. We need to substitute into the equation. As you can see, b, we have minus b, and the b is already minus 16. So we have minus minus 16 plus minus 16 squared minus 4 times 15 all over 2 times 4. So this gives us minus times minus is plus. We have 16 here, and minus 16 squared is going to give us 256 minus 4 times 4 is going to give us 16. 16 times 15 is going to give us here 240. So 256 minus 240 is going to give us 16. So the root of 16 we have 4. Now it simply means that we need to consider the two values of x from the positive angle and from the negative angle. So the first value of x here, as you can see, is 16 plus 4. That's considering the positive version. This is going to give us 20 all over 8, which is going to give us 5 over 2. And the next we consider the negative sign again, which is 16 minus 4 all over 8. So this gives us 12 all over 8. And this is something as 3 all over 2. So the values of x, or the root of the quadratic equation, we're going to have is 5 over 2 and 3 over 2. And put 5 over 2 here, 3 over 2 here. And so this is supported by option B. So this is 3 all over 2, this is 5 all over 2. Question number 14 says evaluate 0.42 divided by 2.5 all divided by 0.5 times 2.05. A better view of this, and don't forget please, you have to make it in standard form. Let's look at this question this way. So this is actually what was given to us. You can see, so this is actually a fractional sign that covers everything at the numerator level. So here we just need to convert this thing to fractional form, and this is exactly what we do for both of these figures here at the numerator and denominator level. So this is something as 1 over 2, which is something as 0.5. And here, by the time you say 2.05, by the time you say 500 and 205 over 100, you're going to have it as 2.05. So now, applying turn-off rule, we have 42 over 100 times 10 going up, 25 coming down. So this has turned to times, and this is it, and everything is this, as you can see. So we can say here 10 here 1, 10 into 100 is 10, so 10 times 25 is giving us 250. So we have 42 over 250. Now you see all this divided by 205 all over 200, because here too we have this as 1, here 2 times 100 is 200. So we can apply turn-off rule here. So the same numerator is going to be maintained, but at the denominator fraction, we swap the positions to go up, and then the numerator goes down. 205 goes down, and this is just what we have here. And so we can see here that 50 here is 4, 50 here is 5, and 42 times 4 is 168, and then 5 times 205 is 1025. So this will give us 0.1639. Don't forget the instruction says leaving your answer in standard form, and this is our answer in standard form. Normally, because of the 0 point in front, so to raise it to the power of -1. So this is option C represented. Going to the last question in this video, and here we are. Simplify log 10, log 6 to base 10 minus 3, log 3 to base 10 plus 2 all over 3, log 27 to base 10. So we just need to employ three theory of logarithm. And here it says that whenever you have a coefficient multiplying a log, you can use a coefficient to raise the log to a power. So that means this a can go up, as you can see, that is what happens here. And then whenever you have like a, you have log a minus log b, it's the same thing as saying log a over b. And whenever you have log a plus log b, it's the same thing as saying log ab. So let's see how this applies to this particular expression here. So we have our log 6, and here, this, because of this 3, we take it up, you can see here. And because of this power, this coefficient to 2 over 3, we take it to become the power of 27, and this is it here. So this is the same thing as saying 3 raised to the power 3 is 27, and as for this, remember, from the laws of indices, the power form means we should look for the cube root of 27 and square the result. The cube root of 27 and square the result. So we now have log 6 minus log 27 plus, now the cube root of 27 is 3. 3 square, and here we have it as 9. Then from here, we're applying this second theorem. And from there, you see this is simply as saying 6 all over 27. We divide it plus our log 9. And so from the third theorem, as you can see, because of this plus, we can make use of multiplication. So we have this as a common number times our 9. So 9 here is 1, 9 into 27 is 3, then 6 divided by 3 is going to give us 2. So our final answer will be log 2 to base 10, and that is represented by option B. So we have come to the end of today's video, and please don't forget, like and comment on YouTube videos from Prepclass, and this is very important. Please don't forget. See you next time.